Today's video has been created to tone and strengthen your thighs, your legs and your hips with exercises specifically designed for after a cesarean birth. After C-section, which is major surgery, you want exercises that are going to be safe and comfortable for your scar and to avoid strain. Now this workout is suitable for you whether you recently had your baby 8 weeks or whether you had your baby 8 months or 8 years ago. Just make sure your scar has fully healed before starting this workout. Follow the video all the way through to the end as I show you how to do the exercises correctly and safely, and also how to activate your deep core muscles to re-strengthen so that these muscles can help support your body to move more efficiently. For more postnatal exercise videos specifically for C-section, then subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified of my new weekly video releases. I'm Vicky War, pregnancy and postnatal fitness specialist with over 20 years experience in the fitness industry. I have a special interest in helping C-section mamas, and these workouts are followed by women all over the world, whether they had 1, 2 or 3 C-sections. And I help recover, rebuild their strength and tone their whole body and their core so they can feel much more body confident again. And you can too. So let's get started. We're going to begin with some dynamic stretches to release any tension that you may have in your hips and the backs of your thighs. So take a seat on your mat, bring the soles of your feet together, hold on to your feet, and then pushing your hips forwards, bring your shoulders down and lift your chest. And then lift the crown of your head upwards and rock gently side to side, pressing each knee down towards the mat. We'll do 8 of these. Breathing in, breathing out. 2 more, or 1 more. And then just bring your legs around to the side or just have them forwards. Make space between your feet and you want to place your hands onto your thighs. From here, we're going to bring the arms up and then reach over towards the right foot and down the side of your right leg. Relax your shoulders, bring your shoulders back, lift your chest and feel the stretch down through the back of the leg. Then bring your arms up and take it across to your left leg. Sweep your arms up again and come across to your right leg, feeling the stretch in the back of the leg. Breathe in and breathe out as you go into the stretch. Breathe in and then breathe out. 2 more. Reaching up tall when you rise your arms up and then bringing your chest towards your thigh. 1 more. And then come back up. We'll come onto our knees. Bring your knees around your legs behind you. Step forward with your right foot. Place your hands onto your hips. Have a 90-degree bend at your knee and then push your right knee forwards so it comes towards your toe. Tuck your back toe under for stability and bring your left hip around so it's facing forwards. Feel a stretch in your hip by pushing in to your left hip flexor. Then just bring your body back up vertically, ease back on the stretch and then go forward again, bringing your knee forwards. Breathe in, breathe out, relax your shoulders back. Come back. 1 more time, breathe in and out into the stretch. Coming back. Now we'll do the same thing but lift your left arm up and stretch the side of your waist by bringing your arm over your head and towards the right. And then breathe in, come back. And again, breathing out into the hip flexor stretch and the side bend. Breathe in, come back. We'll do 3 more. This stretches your hips and also the side of your waist. Keep your right hand on your right thigh. 1 more. And release. And then place your big toes together. Have space between your knees so they're hip width apart. Bring your arms forwards, hinge back. Keep pushing your hips forward so your bottom remains off the heels of your feet, and then come back up to vertical, breathing out and then breathing in. This stretches dynamically the front of your thighs, and dynamically means that you're moving and holding the stretch just for a couple of minutes, just to work through any tension before you begin the main exercises. And this is more beneficial, one more, to statically stretching when your muscles might be cold, and if you statically stretch, then you can increase your risk of injury, and we want to be warming up and improving your flexibility before we begin the exercises. Breathing, come back. Now step forward with your left foot, tuck your back toes of your right foot, place your hand onto your hip and your thigh, bring your right hip inwards, and then bring your left knee forwards. Stretch through your hip flexor here, then bring your body back up vertically, and again breathing out into the stretch, holding it for a couple of seconds, breathing in as you come back. 3 more. Be careful that you're not arching your lower back, overarching. You'll have a natural little curve here, but you want to avoid excessively arching. Now let's add that side bend, so reaching up with the right arm, coming over towards the left. Keep your body straight. Breathing in, come back. Breathe up and out and over. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And then release. So now we're warm, we're going to begin our main exercises. The first exercise, we're going to lie down onto our backs. To keep everything safe and comfortable for your scar, you want to come down onto your side, stretch your arm out, and then just gently roll over onto your back. And that way you're not straining your abdominal muscles at your leaner elbow, your midline here. From here, place your feet hip width apart and your knees hip width apart. Soften your tailbone into your mat. So without pushing your lower back and without arching your lower back, you can just feel the mat lightly brushing your lower back. Place your hands onto your hips right here, relax your shoulders into the mat, and you're going to squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, and roll up slowly. So you lift your tailbone first, base of the spine, then your lower back, middle part of your back, then your upper back, to come right up onto your shoulders. Now this is the hip bridge, one of my favorite movements for really strengthening your glutes. So yep, we are strengthening and toning your glutes, your bottom, as well today as your thighs and your hips. This is also a great one for your hips and your core. From here, we're going to lift our heels, come up onto our toes, and then rock down onto our heels and lift our toes. So you come balls of the feet, and then your heels. Balls of the feet and the heels with the toes lifted. So we have 8 of these, keeping the heels lifted. 7, keeping your bottom squeezed. 5 more. Breathing out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Now be careful that you're not arching your lower back, and keep your hands on your hips here. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to hold this one up, keeping our heels lifted off the floor. Really try and aim to get your hips high, keeping your lower back fairly flat. You want to avoid overarching. And to do that, if you really squeeze your glutes, you'll really feel this in your bottom, but also in the backs of the thighs. We're going to hold it here high, and then we're going to dip up and dip down just a couple of centimeters. Breathing out as you lift, in as you dip down. So breathing out, breathing in. We're going to do 8 more. 4 more. 4, keep the hands on the hips, shoulders relaxed. 2, 1 more. Now we're going to come all the way back down to the mat, and then squeeze those glutes and lift again. Keep your heels lifted so that we're targeting the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs, as well as your glutes. 8 more. 7. When you lower to the mat, make sure that you're lowering with the whole of your lower back and your tailbone, and that you can feel your lower back sink into the mat as you lower. So again, that way you'll avoid overarching your lower back. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to hold it here. I know you'll also feel some activation in your inner thighs and your pelvic floor. This is also great for this exercise. Again, we're going to dip up and dip down. So you're keeping those hips lifted. 8, really feeling the muscles in your inner thighs, the backs of your thighs and your glutes firing up. 4 more dips. 3, breathing out. 2, 1 more, and then let's lower our backs all the way back down to the floor. Tailbone comes down last. Roll over onto your side, resting onto your right forearm. Bring your knees back and have them in line with your hip. Place your hand on top of your hip and place one foot on top of the other, just directly behind your knees. Now bring your shoulder in so that you're not collapsing into your shoulder, and then open and close the top knee. So you're bringing your top knee up and then lowering it to meet the bottom knee. Now you want to breathe out as you lift your knee, breathe in as you lower. As you breathe out, let's activate these deep abdominal muscles. After a C-section, they can feel very weak and they can feel kind of disconnected from the rest of you. So we want to just get movement. We want to engage these muscles again, and it can be tricky to do that. So I want you to breathe out and just imagine that you're bringing your belly button inside you and then slightly up. So you always want to be zipping up an imaginary jacket, which is a method that I use to teach all my postnatal clients, specifically after a C-section, to teach them how to activate and engage that deep core muscle again. 1 more. Now we're going to lift the knee and we're going to pulse. Keep your upper body lifted here so that you're not collapsing into your shoulder. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And then lower. Now from here, we're going to come up onto our right hand. Keep the position of your body. Take your hand back onto your hip, your left hand, and then push into your knees to lift the side of your waist and your body up off the floor. Now from here, we're going to take the top knee, open it again into the very same action as we did previously, just making this slightly more challenging, but also giving you a variation, so that if you prefer to rest on your hand, you can, rather than resting on your forearm. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Now we're going to hold the knee up and we're going to press up and down. So you're keeping space between the knees, keeping your feet together, so that's your toes and your heels and your ankles, and keeping your hips, really importantly, pointing straight up, directly up towards the ceiling. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and then bring the knees together, lower the hips back onto the floor. Come back down onto your right forearm and then lift your feet up off the ground. So this time you have your feet together and you want to just point your toes. Keep your hips really still and then lift and lower your top knee. Again, make space between your shoulder and your ear. Avoid collapsing into your shoulder. And we're targeting the outside of the glute, right this area here. This is called the glute medius. 4 more. 2. Now hold this one and pulse. So we're dipping up and down again. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then bring the knees together and then straighten out your legs. And we're going to bring that exercise onto your left side. So resting onto your left forearm. Make sure your shoulder is in line with your elbow. Bring your knees back, your feet together and your feet are flexed. Push your hips forwards and place your right hand on top of your right hip here. From here, we're going to open and close the top knee. Like the movement is supposedly like a clamshell, and that's why this exercise is called the clamshell. Now again, breathe out as you lift your knee so that we can fully activate your deep transverse abdominis muscle along with your glutes, your inner thighs, your pelvic floor. So it's not just about toning your hips and your thighs today, but also those deep core muscles so that those muscles are strong enough to be able to move your arms and your legs efficiently to pick up, carry, hold your baby with ease and with less pain in your back. When your torso and your core is strong to support your spine and the smaller muscles around your spine, it means you'll be able to perform all those mummy tasks a lot easier and have more energy. 2 more, 1 more. Now let's hold that knee up. I would like you to pulse. So just pulse up and down, keeping that knee lifted. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lower the knee back to meet your left knee. Come up onto your left hand, placing the hand directly underneath your shoulder. And then lift the side of the waist off the floor. Push your hips forwards. Your knees want to be together and your feet together. Point your feet, place your hand onto your hip, and we'll open and close the top knee, doing the same exercise but resting this time onto your hand for a variation. Now breathe out as you lift your knee. Breathe in as you lower the knee to meet the left. 8 more. 4 more. 2, 1. And then bring your hips back down onto the floor. Rest onto your left forearm. Lift your feet and then open and close the top knee. Remember to keep your hips really still. You want to avoid rolling back. Line your elbow so it's directly underneath your shoulder. And you'll feel this in the outside of your thigh, right here. Breathe out as you lift your knee. Breathe in as you lower. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Now open out the knee and then just pulse. Up and down for another 8. 5, 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And then bring the knees together. Excellent. Okay, we'll bring the legs round in front. We're going to lie back down onto the mat. So roll over onto your side again to keep everything safe. Extend your arm, roll over onto your back. This next exercise targets your inner thighs. We're going to take the right foot off the floor and extend the leg straight upwards, and then the left leg off the floor, left foot off the floor and extend the leg straight upwards. Now keep your legs fairly vertical at this point. You might find this is quite a workout for your lower abdominal muscles here. So I want you to imagine again you're zipping up an imaginary jacket from your pubic bone here, just below your belly button, up towards your belly button and up towards your chest. Now from here we're going to open out the feet and then draw a small circle, bringing the feet back up to vertical so the toes are pointing upwards. As you circle, lower the legs a little, no need to lower them too much, and then try and circle wide. So we'll create a wider movement this time, but go with your strength. Now you may find that you can't lower your legs too far because of the weakness here. So just perform this exercise with your legs fairly vertical. Just engaging, want to engage the inner thighs. Now if you need to, you can bend the knees a little bit as well, if you find that that is easier. We'll do 8 more. 7, 6, 5 more. 4, 3, last 2, last 1, and hold it here. Now we're going to reverse that movement. All right, so we're going to lower slightly, then take the feet outwards and meet the toes together. So lower slowly, take the feet outwards, meet the feet together. Breathing out. As you circle, breathing in to bring the toes together. Breathing out, breathing in. Slow, controlled movements are better than trying to do the exercises quickly and with poor technique. So really focus here. Zip up from your pivot bone towards your chest to engage your deep abdominal muscles as we're targeting our inner thighs with this exercise. 2 more. 1 more. Toes back round to meet each other here. Then bend your knees, place your feet back onto the floor. And then from here, we're going to roll back over onto our side and rest on our right forearm. Now, extend your legs straight out. Bring your top leg up, bend the knee and place the foot just in front of your thigh. Place your left hand around and just rest it onto the ankle of your left foot. Lift your right leg up and down. And then bring the leg forward. Just a little here. Keep the foot pointed. And you might find this exercise is tricky, and you may find that you can't lift the leg quite as high as me. That's fine. All right, just go with the range of movement that you have, but try and feel the inner thigh muscles working here. So that's the muscle that we're targeting. Breathe out as you lift your leg, breathe in as you lower. We've got 4 more. 2 more. And we're going to lift the leg high and keep it high, and then pulse up and down. Small movement. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep the leg high, flex the foot. I'm going to sweep it forwards and then back. Just keep your hips really still. Keep your foot flexed. 8 more. 7, just bringing that leg forward and back. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. And then lower the leg to the floor. Let's change sides. Rest on your left forearm. Straighten your legs. And then bring your right foot up and in front of your left leg. Reach through your leg and hold onto your ankle. Bring the straight leg forward a little, and then keeping the foot pointed, lift and lower. We're going to do 12 more of these. 8 more. 4 more. Now we're going to lift the leg high and dip down and up, so we're pulsing. Another 8. 4 more. Now flex your foot, sweep the foot forward and then the leg back, or rather bringing the leg forward and back. Now remember thinking about your core again, so that deep abdominal muscle. You want to breathe out, breathe in. So breathe out as you bring the leg back. Breathe in as you're bringing the leg forward on this one. Just stay really relaxed about your breathing. But what you want to do is just feel slight tension when you're breathing out with these core exercises. You want to try and create tension in the lower part of your stomach when you're breathing out. That way you'll activate the muscle. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. and then place the leg back down onto the floor. Excellent. All right, we're gonna come up to standing for the next few exercises. Before we do, I have a question for you. What is the one thing that you want help with to make you feel fit, strong, and healthy now that you're in that journey of motherhood? Comment in the comments box below this video and let me know. I read every single comment and I love to hear from you. So standing tall, we're going into a series of plie exercises to really help tone your thighs and your glutes. So step your feet wide, turn your toes outwards, and make sure your knees are turned outwards as well, so that your knees are in line just above your ankles. Sitting down and back at your hips, come into a plie position, keeping your upper body vertical. Zip up the imaginary jacket from your pubic bone upwards up towards your chest to activate your deep core muscles. Place your hands just right here, resting onto your shoulders, and you're going to lift your right heel and then your left, staying low in the plie position. Breathing out as you lift the heel, breathing in as you lower the heel to the floor. We're staying low. 8 more. Keep your chest lifted. 4 more, shoulders down, shoulders back. 2 more. 1 more. And we're going to place the heels on the floor. We're going to sink down into that plie a little further. Keep your knees turned out. And this time we're going to raise our arms up into a V shape if you can. If you want an easier version, place your hands across your chest and then just dip down and up. Pushing your body weight back into the heels of your feet, keeping your knees turned out and in line with your ankles. 12 more pulses. Try and relax or soften the base of your spine, your tailbone, as you plie down and up. And that will avoid you overarching your lower back. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Place your hands onto your hips. Now we're going to lift up, and as we plie down, we're going to lift the right heel and then the left. This time we've increased the range of movement as we sink right down and then lift the body up to straighten the legs. Stay with this. And we're doing another 8 on each heel. Five more. 4. Well done, keep going. 3. Relaxing your shoulders. 2 more. 1 more. And then place the heels on the floor. Now sink back down into the plie. Lift your right heel and we're dipping down and up, keeping the right heel lifted. Now you can either keep your hands onto your hips or for a more challenging version, lift your arms up into the V shape, fingers pointing upwards and palms in. We're dipping down and up for another 12. Right heel is lifted. Breathing out as you're coming up. In as you lower. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, come up. Now let's dip down and up, keeping the left heel lifted off the floor. Keep your right foot really flat. And remember, your easier modification will be to place your hands either on your chest onto your hips or onto your hips. Dip down and up. Be sure to keep your left knee out. 8 more. 4 more. You're doing great. 3, 2, 1, and then place the heel back onto the floor and slowly bring your body up. Well done. Let's come down to the mat now, resting onto your knees. This next exercise, again, is really safe, comfortable position for your scar. It's going to target your thighs and your glutes, and also the backs of your thighs as well. Step forward with your right foot, up onto your left, step back with your right knee, back with your left. So you're going to use your lower body strength to lift yourself up off the floor and then to come back down onto your knees. Now we're going to engage our core muscles to enable us to do this. So you want to breathe out as you're coming up and bring your pubic bone right up towards your navel, navel up towards your chest. So I'll show you this from the side. Place your hands on your hips for support and stability. 4 more. 3, breathing out as you come up. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to switch over, stepping forward with the left. Lucky we have our left side. So step, step, and then come back onto your left knee, back onto your right knee. So we're really using a lot of muscles in this exercise. Targeting thighs, glutes, and the deep abdominal muscle that we want to really rebuild the strength in. Support the rest of your body. 4 more. 3. Keep going. 2 more. 1 more. And then come back down onto your knees. Now we're going to repeat that exercise. I'm going to show you facing forwards. And we're going to add a squat. So hands back onto your hips. Step forward with your right leg. Then your left foot. Squat down once, twice, and then come back onto the right knee and the left knee. So step, step, 2 small squats, staying low, and then back onto your knee. Squat, squat, and low. When you squat, both feet onto the floor, heels flat, and sit back at your hips. Breathe out as you come up, breathe in as you lower into the squat. Bringing the hands in front of the chest as you squat. 2 more. 1 more. Good, now guess what? We're changing over for the left. So step forward, left foot, add the squats, step back, left knee. Remember to keep your feet really flat and sit back into the heels of your feet as you squat. I'm going to switch to showing you from this exercise from the side position. So stepping back, left knee, forward, forward, squat, squat. And again. We'll do 8 more. Keep going, you're doing such a great job, and nearly there. Step forward, forward, sitting back at the hips, squatting for 2, down with the knee. Okay, last 2. Last one. Sitting back at the hips, squeezing those glutes. And rest. Great work. Now we're going to go into a stretch. So come back down to the floor. Lie on your side. Rest onto your right forearm. And then bend your top knee here, your left knee. Place your hand onto your left foot. And bring the foot back with the leg. Feel the stretch from your knee up towards your hip. Try not to collapse into your shoulder. Keep space between the shoulder and the ear. Breathing out, breathing in. Relax the legs, swing them around in front of you, resting on your left forearm, taking hold of your right foot. We'll stretch the front of the thigh of the left leg. Breathing in, breathing it out. Congratulate yourself for turning up today and following this workout with me. I trust you feel stronger after just doing this and showing up. And then just take your hand off the foot, bring your body back up. We'll extend the legs, space between your feet, and then just bring your chest down or forwards. Feel a little stretch in your hips and the backs of your legs. If it feels very tight here, then bend your knees slightly, placing your hands just onto your shins. Lift your chin, lift your chest. And then bringing your body up, place the soles of your feet together, sit really tall, lifting the crown of your head upwards, and then pushing your knees down towards the mat or the floor. Again, make sure you're not slouching here and you haven't rolled back. So really lift your chest and lift your chin. In your stretches, make sure you continue to breathe rather than holding the breath. I'll show you the position of this stretch from the front. And then just bringing your knees up, placing your feet flat onto the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor, bring the ankle over the left knee. Just cup your hands and rest on your fingers so that you're resting also on your thumbs, but your palms are lifted up. Bring your chest towards your thigh and feel that stretch down through the back of the leg in your glute. And then switch over, take that ankle off your knee, place your left ankle over your right knee, lift your chest, push your knee out to the side, feeling the stretch in the outside of your glutes. And then lift your foot up, off and over. So now that we have targeted your hips and your thighs and your legs, what about your core and your stomach muscles? If you'd like some tips and some advice on how to flatten your tummy after having a baby, no matter when that was, then download a free copy of my checklist and guide. The link is in the description below this video. And support this video by liking it, just click the thumbs up, and also share it with all your mummy friends. And remember to subscribe to my channel for more prenatal and postnatal exercise videos and lots of C-section workouts too, and hit the bell to be notified of my new weekly video release. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me today. From my heart to yours, I'll see you on our next video.